Many communities saw heavy rain this morning. It was much needed after a very dry spell over the last few weeks. First News reporter Abigail Cloutier talked to a local farmer about how the dry weather is affecting his crops.
Craig Mercer with Catalpa Grove Farm is taking the recent heat wave in stride. He tells me his crops are looking good so far this season thanks to their irrigation system.
We're set up to irrigate everything, because otherwise you aren't going to have much of a crop in dry weather with those particular crops that we raise.
And the farm has already started harvesting sweet corn. Mercer took me out to the fields to see the crop. He tells me they normally plant between 35 and 38 acres and can get about 2,000 heads if the yield is good. And all of that warm weather has helped make up for the slow start this spring.
You could have asked me 1st of May if I would have sweet corn for a 4th. I'd have told you there's no way possible.
Wet weather does give the farm a break on irrigation costs, which have been rising due to the increase in diesel fuel. Craig tells me he normally spends $2,000 to fill his diesel tanks, and most recently he spent about $5,000.
Fuel costs are double what they have been, so that's the biggest thing, is the cost of pumping the water.
The recent downpour means they have to pump less water, but also spend less manpower on constantly checking and adjusting the irrigation system. He says their soil tests have been good, letting them use less fertilizer. Though they haven't had to buy any this year, Craig says the cost of that has gone up too. He says there's not much they can do to plan ahead for fuel and fertilizer costs, but they're trying to avoid raising prices.
We've raised prices a little bit, but not a lot. You know, trying to cover some of it there, and some of it we're just absorbing.
But though they spend less time on irrigation, he says they spend more on pulling up the weeds and monitoring crops like tomatoes that are susceptible to disease when it gets too wet. In Columbiana, Abigail Cloutier, WKBN 27 First News.